Hey YouTube, I just wanted to come give you a garden tour this morning. It is so nice outside, probably like 70 degrees, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you around and show you what I've got going on. A lot of my plants are kind of dying off. I guess they've just lived their life, and I'm starting some new ones, so I'm just gonna show you what I've got. So this is random, but I have some boxwood cuttings here, which I trimmed the other day. You can see my mess, and I still have to cut off all that dead stuff, but they're still green, so that's a good sign. If you've watched my farmhouse videos, these are from the farmhouse. They were kind of dying and not doing too well, so I took cuttings of the plants in hopes that I can, replant them once they're a little bit more grown. And you're going to hear lots of chickens because it is almost feeding time and they are ready. So here's some plants that I've started. I had this big board and I just put a trash bag around it to protect the wood because I still would like to keep the board in decent shape. But yeah, so I've got cucumbers, basil. This is like the second phase, I guess, of the summer garden, kind of going into fall. So I've got peas and cabbage, and something cool too, I just wrote on this trash bag with permanent marker. I've tried to mark these, like write it really small. It always ends up washing off. It drives me crazy. So that's a good little tip. I mean, I guess you could take like lines of duct tape or something if you're using, like a big table, and maybe you're using solo cups or something else, but I have a ton of these little trays that I bought, so might as well use them. And this is spinach. This is the only thing that has not sprouted. Might just take longer, but we will see. This is only my second year of gardening by myself, really, so I'm still failing a lot, which is fine. It's not deterring me from doing it. So this is radishes. So this is a hybrid, super cool. They grow in like 23 days, or 22 days, something like that. And it said that they grow to be about 3 inches in diameter. So I had this tray that I've kind of used for mixing soil and like just random little projects. It was like $1 at Walmart. It's actually a dishwashing tray, but you could totally do this, or do like little onions or anything like that that doesn't need super deep soil. This soil is probably like 4 inches in there. But yeah, I'm gonna see if that works. Worst case, the radishes will just be small. So this is my tomato plant that I just trimmed in a previous video. It is doing great. And I took all of these cuttings from it in hopes to have a second wave of tomato plants, since I didn't start any from seed for the second wave. And actually, I think some more fruit have sprouted on this. I don't think these were down here. And those in there. I know those were, but anyway, it's really exciting. And for whatever reason, these roots are growing. Maybe the plant was stressed when I cut it all up, but goodness, it looks so much better. So here is the scary part of the garden. Under here used to be a compost pile. What happened was I had all of these decorative pumpkins for fall decorating, Thanksgiving, and I threw them out to my chickens last fall. I didn't know that seeds would survive the winter and being scraped up by a tractor and all the other things that's happened to it, been snowed on, whatever. And they survived. So I have all of these little pumpkins. And I have squash bugs, as you can see. I don't even know like what you're supposed to do, but I've just been like ripping off the chunk of the leaf and throwing it because I just cannot deal with them. I mean, they're all over. I literally can see like 20 piles of eggs right now. I came through the other day with a bucket of soap, but honestly, I'm too far behind them. I didn't notice it when it was first happening, and then I kind of ignored it, and now it's really a problem. So, I mean, these little pumpkins don't really seem to mind, although they have totally killed my zucchini and yellow squash, which really sucks, but that is okay. So this is the original garden bed, which, gosh, the sunflower was drooping yesterday, but like today, this is serious. This is the first time I've ever grown sunflowers. Oh, we have a little spider friend in there too. Gosh, I feel like I should probably like get a stake or something. I don't know. So I threw this straw on here to kind of kill out everything that was here. I had lettuce growing in here and a squash plant, but I covered it for a few days and then I pulled it back and pulled some weeds, and I have transplanted some tomatoes in here just while they root. These are grape tomatoes. I have a big bush of them on the other part of the garden that you'll see, and they're doing really great, and it has a scary amount of flowers on it. Like, there's going to be a ton of tomatoes. However, it has taken forever for those to form. So my only fear is that these will not grow in time and it'll probably get too cold and they'll be frozen out. But just as with anything else worth trying, I will definitely learn from this. And in here, these little guys, I have planted some peas. I think I have 6 plants right there, and that will be hopefully a fall crop. And I want to do some succession planting with these so that every couple weeks I plant some more. So I want to have a harvest up until the end when I can't possibly have any more. So this was a tomato squash bed. I know my weeds are terrifying. So this plant here is the Better Boy tomatoes, and this is one of the grape tomato plants. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, this has a scary amount of flowers on it. I mean, I'm like really excited, but like, I mean, there's some growing in there. There's gonna be a ton, and I will definitely be saving seeds from this. I grew some of my cherry tomato plants from seeds, but everything else I bought these plants, so I definitely need to save some. I would love to have like 10 of these and have plenty of, you know, tomatoes to share with family and friends and stuff. I think that's awesome. And I really have not messed with them much, other than I took some twine from a straw bale and I tied it up around the stake, and then I came through a few days ago and I clipped off all the dead stuff and then took some cuttings. Like, that is literally all I've done to mess with this plant. Maybe like 15 minutes of work, really nothing. So my tomato plants, I don't know. I think some of them, maybe I didn't stake them up in time. Some parts might have touched the ground, so some of them aren't looking too hot. I'm not too worried about it though. My boyfriend, for whatever reason, does not like tomatoes. At least ones from the store, so I'm like, okay, well, you're gonna like these. But, you know, so I'm eating the majority of them, so I'm really not that worried about it. Although I would like to make some sauces and things to freeze because we do a lot of red sauce. So here's my cherry tomato plants. These ones are real sad. Like, I noticed these way too late to put the cages on them. This is just some wire that I literally just wrapped around it. Also, these stupid pumpkin plants took over everything. So they were kind of wrapping around these tomato plants and in some parts like trying to choke them out. So I cut back a lot of the vines. So that's helped some. Like, they're trying. I mean, those things are so stringy, but it's got some tomatoes on it, so whatever. And okay, we hear you. So other than that, it's pretty much just this ginormous plant. I guess I'm just gonna let them grow until the plants start dying back, and then I'll go through and pick up whatever pumpkins are in here. And then I do have this pear tree, which is looking pretty good. And I have my first pear growing, so that's exciting. It's like literally not grown at all, but that's okay. I'll at least have one to enjoy. So this is another volunteer pumpkin plant. It is taken over the side of my house. And I had some chickens get out, and this plant has literally been stomped down like 3 or 4 times by the chickens to where like it looks so dead, drying up on the ground, keeps coming back. This plant is like not killable. So I've already taken like 3 little pumpkins off of it, but oh look, there's another one right there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any tips for me, please leave me a comment. And that's about it. I'll see you in the next video.